Bonjour, everyone. This is Coach Jay. Um, so I hope everyone is doing amazing. Happy Saturday. And just to think, I was not even going to go live today. And I said, no, I'm going to go live. If you're watching live, comment live. If you're watching the replay, definitely comment replay. It's going to be a good conversation. And I got my notes pulled up here because I was like, I got to make some notes. Gotta make some notes. Let me see here. Okay, so I got some things I wanted to share with all of you regarding like what to ask a business coach and what not to ask a business coach. Like, what should you say? What are some things that business coaches do need to have in their content, or what business coaches, should have in their content or messaging or website, etc. I think it's just very good business to have this information, and knowing what to excuse me, what to look for. So if this is you and something that you've always wanted to know, like, what do I ask a business coach? What am I supposed to say? What am I supposed to lead with in so many ways? When it comes down to business coaches, the biggest thing is, when we're looking at the evidence and we're looking at posts and we're looking at people talking about and focused on the numbers, how to move their business forward, all that good stuff. And it's just good business practice, right? It's just good business practice to have. Okay. So my name is Coach Jay. I am the owner of Ellison Consulting. Let me turn this down. Okay. If you're watching live, comment live. If you're watching the replay, comment replay. Let me know who's here. Let me know who's here. Let me know who's here. And if you can see me and hear me, okay, I just want to make sure. Okay, so here we go. Let me pull some notes. So I'm a business coach that works with women who desire to create an online education business that includes, but not limited to, an offer suite that includes a scalable offer, and much like a group one-to-many program with human first content, great messaging that is very, very simple, but also specific. We can work with you on your content and all that good stuff, because I think it's very important that you're calling people into your space, and there is a sense of clarity, right? Hey Jessica, hey Casey. Let me push this back. I got too much going on over here. Okay, so when people are ready to hire a business coach, there are certain questions that need to be answered so that you can have greater clarity on who and what this person is doing in their business. And I made a very controversial post just a few minutes ago regarding revenue and sales. And sometimes when people think about revenue and sales, they think about the, what is this person bringing in? What is this person receiving in their business as cash? And I think it's kind of diabolical to me and kind of off that people are more concerned about this person's specifics and their books, because it's really none of our business what that person brought in as far as when it comes down to the specifics, whether it's cash or sales. Because even when you find out the answer, what are you going to do with it, right? So anywho, as a business coach, I've been in the business of coaching for a very long time, full time for 4 years, but I've been in the coaching space since around 2013, 2012, 2013. And I actually started off, people don't know this, I started off as a resume and job career coach when I was in the recruiting industry. And then I launched my recruiting agency or staffing firm, probably think it was like around 2015. And we had accounts like Halliburton, TXU Energy. This was in Texas when I lived in Texas. So now fast forward to, around the pandemic, I reopened my coaching practice, and we have been successful ever since, and we're still here and God is still good. So wanted to put some information out there for future purposes. This is not going to be a very long live, but it's going to be a thorough live, because I really believe that times are really just, everybody's in cancel culture. Everybody wants to know everybody's business. I want you to be transparent. I want you to tell me everything so I can make a judgment about you, instead of just honoring people's path, having discernment, and going on. That's literally what it is. That's all it is. Okay. That's literally it. That's literally it. Okay. And if you're watching live, comment live. If you're watching the replay, comment replay. Give me some hearts. If you can see me and hear me, okay, to help me with the audio and all that good stuff. Okay. All right. So let me pull up my notes so I can stay on task. Okay. So the 4 questions that you should ask a business coach, and 4 questions that I feel like you should not ask. Obviously, the questions that I'm putting out there are per my recommendations. These are not facts. So one of the things that I pride myself on doing is coming from my perspective. Okay, everybody got a truth. Everybody got a perception. Everybody got opinions. I am no different. My method, my framework, my process is my method, my process, my framework. Everybody got one. They all work, right? They all work. You just got to find the one that works for you. Okay. So here are the questions. The first question that you should ask a business coach is, what is your process, or what is your methodology? Okay. Most coaches should have that in their content at some level, right? You should know. This is why we have value propositions. This is why you have I help statements. This is why you have that messaging in your content, so that people can have some clarity about how you help people. Okay. So that way you're informed, and you're not coming into a business coaching program based on that. I like this person. I think she's nice. But then you get in and you're like, but I don't want to learn this stuff. I've had people to do me like that before. They knew what I taught, but they joined because they liked me. But you have to understand results. You have to understand what it is that you truly want. These things are very important so that you're not wasting your time. What is the process? Like, how do you get people to hear? Is it through ads? Is it through organic? Is it through webinars? Is it through YouTube? Is it through Instagram? How do you help people with their problem? What is the process? So the process will help you gauge if their approach really aligns with your goals and with your own working style. And there's a reason why they teach that. Like, when people like your process, people will tell you exactly why that process is in place. Well, Jay, why don't you teach ads? Why don't you teach webinars? That's a fair question to ask. But I should also answer that question in a piece of content so that you'll know why, right? So these questions, even though I'm telling you, like, you can ask the business coach, but it's also a word to the wise to have this in your messaging and your content. Hey, Stacy. Hey, Kristen. Hey, Jamie. Okay, so let me see here. The second question, what should you ask a coach? A business coach is, can you share examples of clients who have achieved results similar to what I'm aiming for? And this is very important. Again, hey, Quinn, this is exactly why you need social proof. You need social proof, okay? You need social proof to show that you're actually getting results. And this is also for clients, like, I mean, for, coaches everywhere or consultants everywhere. If you don't have any results, you need to get them. Find somebody. You need to find people to give you the results. You need to have somebody going in through your methodology so that you can talk about the results that you've made, because people will hire you not just because they like you, but they hire you and they're going to give you money based on the results that you have. That's all. When I make decisions to join somebody's program, I'm looking at results. I'm not even looking at that coach's results, because I really don't care. And that's another thing too, is that be careful when you are looking for coaches and they're always talking about their results, but they're not talking about their client results. And I think that that's something also that you need to take into consideration. However, if you are hiring a mentor, right? A mentor is different than a coach. A mentor is not a coach per se. I mean, you can mix it, right? You can have a hybrid, if you will, a mentor and a coach. But a coach is not a mentor, and a mentor is not always a coach, right? So a mentor needs to be a person that you are walking, like whatever they are doing, you want to do exactly what they do. But the thing is, you've experienced results in your own business, but you want to take it up a notch with a mentor. And so people have asked me, Jay, I want you to be my mentor, but are you already experiencing results? You're going to need a coach, baby, because a mentor, you have to be self-led and self-guided. It is not the mentor's job to motivate you. You should already be driven, because a mentor has their own stuff they have going on. They don't have time to handhold you. Your coach is your coach. Your coach is the one coming after you and saying, how are things going? How was your launch? Where's your roadmap? Or, is everything going okay? How are we doing over here? That's what I do. That's a coach. A coach is accountability. A coach is somebody that is going to, hey, how's it going? You got coaches that don't do any of those things. They just want your money so you can go on and enroll into this course and be through with it. And you got to also understand you have course creators as well. Course creators have a self-paced course, and they may have a group, and they may go live once or twice a month just to provide support. But their job is not to coach you. Their job is to be a resource for what you are learning in that particular course. They're not going to follow up after you and ask you how you're doing. They're not going to do that. If they do that, that's on their own regard, but they don't have to, is what I'm saying. But if I say I'm a business coach, I'm going to come after you. And I think it's kind of silly that people have this ideal that, oh, she's a coach, I'm not going to run after my clients. It's my client's job to come to me if they want. No, that's actually, no, they don't make no sense. And I'm going to tell you, I am a coach that have studied professional coaches overseas and those who have long-standing careers. I'm not talking about a lot of these new, 2020 coaches and 2019 coaches or 2017 coaches. I'm talking about coaches that have been in the game for a very long time. I follow their methodology. Coaches who actually sit down and have a conversation with you for dinner. Like all these courses and stuff that people be having, this is new. Like this is just like 10 years. Coaches did not start off with giving you a course and giving you worksheets and PDFs and all this stuff. None of that that's what America does to elongate the process, to keep distance between you and doing the work. Does that make sense? You know what coaches really do? And this is why I say that coaching is expensive. Coaching is not supposed to be affordable. There is nothing affordable about coaching at all. Nothing. You know why? Because you have to put the work in to transform your life. And this is why I have to call bluff when people say things like, oh, I have a $500 coaching program. Who is getting results in that? Who? You got a $500 8-week, 9-week, 12-week program. They pay that $500, you ain't gonna see them no more. Put a 7 in front of that 5, they're gonna show up. Usually. Usually. Hey, Allison. Hey, Danielle. Hey, Casey. Yeah. You know, people have to start thinking about like, what do I need? Right? What do I really need? Some people go to ask mentors for things like, oh, I just need you to like handhold me. That's not what a mentor does. You have to already be at a performance level. A mentor don't have time to sit and what is it called? And babysit you and babysit your emotions. That is not what a mentor does. They'll ask you about strategy, right? Yes. They'll ask you about, how do I, really just move the client through this? You need to already be performing. This is why I understand like brand new coaches or brand new consultants or brand new service providers are just getting in. Do not hire a mentor because you're not going to get the support and you're going to be mad at yourself. You don't even know what you're doing. And nobody's going to sit there and nobody's going to do that for you. This is why you got to be careful of who you hire. A coach is somebody who is saying, girl, where are you? Are you doing all right? Are we, how are we doing with the offer? How are the numbers going? Like one of my clients, and I just saw her message. I don't know if she on here. I don't think she on here. She just sent me her numbers for the first 10 days of the month. I didn't have to go ask her. She came and told me. But guess what? She's a mentee. She hired me as her mentor. Now, am I a coach? Yes. So you have to be very, very conscientious of who you hire, right? So that's another thing. So the third question is, what you should ask a business coach is, how do you measure progress and success in coaching? This is very important. The progress and how we track things is via, like, we have milestones. You need to clearly define those milestones. And you need to know what those milestones are when you first enroll. We have, as soon as people join the program, they have a very detailed list of milestones. We have 3 major milestones, actually 4 major milestones that our clients are, we look for them to meet. And we track how long it took them to get there. Does that make sense? You got to break this thing down. Yes, Keegan, no worries. You got to track your people. Which, hey, what do you do to track them? I mean, you can use whatever. Like, I don't care. Notebook, paper, I don't know. You can use Trello. You can use Asana. We use HoneyBook. So HoneyBook is the system that we use for our all-in-one client relationship management system, where we can put notes. I can put notes and then also move them down the pipeline, because we have customized the trail as to how, like, even I track when they get their first client. I track when they've had their first masterclass. I track several different things in HoneyBook. So then when this client finishes, I have a very clear picture as to how long it took for them. in so many ways to get their first client, to get their first, and I make notes. I told y'all, when you treat your business like a career, when you treat your business and your work as this is what I'm doing every single day, or this is what I do, you will start tracking and like notes. CEO day for me is most times on Fridays or even today, like on Saturdays. I have to go back in my notes. I go back and look at the list of comments that my clients made, through our group. And I just kind of maybe either copy and paste their comments, and I put them in Honeybook under the appropriate client name, things like that, dates, move things, to make sure that we're on track, because my goal is to keep Honeybook as accurate as possible. That's data integrity, data intelligence, so that when I run off reports at the end of the month, when it's time for me to look at how much cash we did for the month, or how many in sales that we did for the month, I can have data integrity surrounding that. That way I'll know exactly how our business is doing in real time. Does that make sense? The fourth question you need to ask or have an understanding of before you hire a business coach is, what are the expectations for me as a client? And look at the business coach's ideal client. Like, do I have the capacity to fit what she wants or what she's looking for in clients? Who is this program for? Who is this program not for? If you like to whine and blame and complain, this program is not for you. If you are a go-getter, if you have done this much or whatever the case may be, or because business coaches, there's different tiers, right? So I primarily, and let me be 100. I am the type of business coach that works with women in their first $20,000 a month in their business. That means you can be at $0 to $20,000 in your business. Oh, well, coach, I'm brand new. I know that. What's your point? I know how to help you get your first client if you just settle yourself and listen. Even if you are doing 5,000 to 7,000, we got to get you to scale now, or get you ready to scale. We got to refine your messaging. We got to refine your product. Does it make, like, am I on the right? Y'all following me? But you got to understand, like, even as a coach, are your clients in understanding like the level of commitment that it takes for you to move into that client coach relationship and actually feel as if you're learning, you're growing, you're transforming, you're understanding, you have clarity. And then that way you're always, you know what questions to ask. Like, even my clients in the Matriarch CEO coaching program, they know how to ask questions. I look at what type of questions they're asking. If they're asking me questions and the questions they're asking is in the program, in the course, the first question I'm asking is, did you look in the course? You know what, coach? Let me go look. And then they know that before they ask me a question, let me see first. But I respect my clients, the ones who come to me and say, coach, I did look in the course. I looked in the course. I looked all through module 3, 4, and 5, but I could not find, this, that, and the third. Is there any way you can shed light on that for me? That's the good question. And then it also gives me some indication of the gaps in my program to refine, so that I can think about, okay, does this question come up often? If clients have come to me with this question more than one time, then I need to go and possibly ask my clients and say, hey, I noticed that I've had a couple of questions about this, then the third. Is this something that everybody need help and clarity on? And if I get more than one yes, you know, so you have to start thinking about those pieces. 4 questions that you should not ask, and 1 bonus of what you should not ask a business coach before you hire them. And I'm going to be 100 because these questions are rooted in your trust issues. And this is probably where y'all going to need some therapy. Because my job is not to sit up there and babysit your feelings like that. I just don't have the bandwidth. I don't have the bandwidth. First question, what you should not ask a business coach is, can you guarantee specific results, like increasing my revenue by a certain amount? I don't offer guarantees. I'm telling you straight up. I had somebody ask me, do you offer guarantees? What if I don't get results? No, I do not. And if you're looking for a guarantee, you need to go to somebody with a guarantee. It's literally that simple. First of all, I don't worship money. I'm okay with telling you, no, I'm not going to create some just because you want to come to me and talk about some to get this client. I'm going to put this guarantee. No, absolutely not. I'm not doing that. My coaching practice is educational based, is transformational based. If you don't want to become a different person, not happening. If somebody's telling you we can guarantee, I think when you do guarantees, and this is just my humble opinion, when you do guarantees, you desperate. We guarantee results in 30 days or less. I'm not guaranteeing you jack because I don't know your life. Don't you know people have enrolled in my program and lost spouses and lost mothers and parents, like set them back 2, 3, 4 weeks, but I'm still adhering to a guarantee? I don't think so. I know you can put certain things in your contract clauses and things like that. I know that, but life lives. Life lives. So if you're looking for somebody to give you, 60 days or no guarantee, that ain't happening because if University of Tennessee don't do it, University of Memphis don't do it, Notre Dame don't do it, Stanford don't do that. And I consider the Matriarch to be an online education business. Ellison, that's what Ellison is. Period. You got to be kidding me. Number 2, can you work with me for free or at a discounted rate until I see results? Absolutely not. First of all, that's undermining the value of the coach's method and professionalism. You've got to respect people's time. You got to respect their expertise. You got to respect their method. You got to respect the space. I could never ask a coach that. Jessica, you'll be surprised. Third question. What's the secret to instant success in business? Success is not instant. It's not always instant. It's not always instant. Okay. This question oversimplifies the complexities that are involved in the process, and it may not lead to a productive conversation. You're not going to get what you want from that particular question. It's not productive. There's no somebody telling you, oh, the secret success is that they're telling you things to get you to join. Because some of y'all ask the wrong questions. You're asking questions based on your fear, and you're asking questions based on your panic. instead of asking questions regarding the policy and the process. That's all I'm saying. And then also too, as a business coach, stop asking business coaches about their results. I'm gonna give you a scenario. In 2020, my first client that I signed on had a $1 million agency that was having issues with her revenue. She was a recruiting agency. And because I recruited before, I coached her on the leadership. From there, when I coached her to build $1 million, to build $1 million, and it was like in like 6 or 7 months. She got her team together, heard my recommendations, and she was able to meet $1 million in her business by that December. I did not meet $1 million. But that doesn't mean that I can't coach you to $1 million. Does that make sense? And coaches do not have to have the actual $1 million business to coach millionaires. Did y'all know that? Now, to be a mentor and to call yourself a $1 million mentor, you need to have made $1 million plus. That's why I always tell coaches, your ideal clients make way more money than you. Let's go. Like life coaches, marriage coaches, relationship coaches, whatever kind of coaches, your people got money. They got way more money than you have. But a lot of times we don't go to those people because we feel like we have imposter syndrome. We feel off. So we tend to go to people that fit our consciousness. And most of the people that we're around, they don't have no money. So you tend to price according to the people that you're around and you listen to most of the time. I'm just saying. So y'all stop, you've got to understand that to ask questions and to get clarity means that you're reading. A lot of people don't read. They just look at the money, they look at the results, and they're just looking at that. Like, oh my God, her client made, yeah, I want to go. Okay, and then I'm ready. No, you're not ready because do you know what I'm doing? And then when I start asking you, okay, do you want to do this? Do you want to do that? Do you want to do that? Because that's what we do. Oh, I ain't know that. Why ain't you reading? Because I talk about it all the time. Have you looked at any of my trainings? I'm telling you, I'm looking. I see a lot of people opting in to that free training that I have to start and grow your online education business. I'm seeing a lot of people opt in. You ought to see how many people opt in versus the ones that watched it. People are emotional. You have to bring them back to earth. Some people are all the way down in Neptune. They're in Saturn somewhere. They all the way down in Venus. So I got to bring them back to earth and say, did you look at the video? I saw you opt in. Did you watch the train? Oh, I ain't even get in it. I'm going to read this. And you never read it. That's all right, because I got to bring you back. I got to bring you back. We have a process where we bring people back to center. Like, okay, read this. And then you tell me if you still want to go. I'm read your comment, Casey. We just gotta read stuff. And then we add, and then there's nothing wrong with asking, like, Coach, I really want to join the matriarch. Hey, Here, okay, got you. Because one thing I want to make very clear, this is what I do, and I don't play about that. Let me put this out there, because this is to anybody that's running a coaching or consulting empire, business, practice, whatever. Make it clear before you even, baby, this weekend. If you tell me I'm finna get some sales, if you got people in your containers, they're like, "Ooh, girl, I'll be glad all these clients go on." You need to get clear. Make sure your stuff is clear. Do you hear me? Make sure your stuff is clear. I have protocol. That first email that my clients get from me, that onboarding email, baby, I tell them, this is the longest email you're gonna get from me. You need to keep this in a folder on the side with a star next to it. Even in our onboarding thing, baby, let me tell you. Yeah, go ahead. I love it. Yeah. So we have to just understand. We have to understand that right now you got to spell it out for people and be very clear. And do I ask? So, okay, so here we go. If people ask me, well, Jay, you help consultants too? Yes. So this is what I help with consultants, because a lot of them are not doing a lot of education. They're doing a lot of like strategic planning and things of that nature. So you still can have a one-to-many structure. You can have a structure to where your clients get resources from you and they can do it at scale. There is a way. But one of the things we concentrate on in the first 1 to 2 months is really focusing on getting sales and getting that content and messaging spot on. But to ask business coaches, cash versus sales, cash versus, that's crazy to me. I don't care who get mad at, and I don't care who get triggered by what I said. I'm not going to answer the question. It's silly to me. And you know what? And the reason why I create this kind of content is because I call people that want to be in my tribe and my community forward. If they don't want to adhere to what we're doing in this thing, exit stage left, because I'm gonna tell you this. I'm going to ignore the question. And I think it's silly. If you want to get a direct line to my bookkeeper, go call them. Because when I give you the answer, it's not going to add a cubit to your existence. If anything, it's going to make you wonder and make you even more nosy about, because a lot of people are dead set on finding out lies about people to continue a narrative that there are so many scammers in a certain industry, but we don't have that same energy towards McDonald's. We don't have that same energy towards our government. We don't have the same energy towards the meat industry and the dairy industry and the healthcare industry. But we got a whole lot of words for coaches. I'm just saying, if you're going to be a coach out here, have some integrity. And nobody can tell you, right? So nobody can make you or put you in a corner and tell you, oh, you got to answer like this, or you need to show. First of all, this is your business. If you are lying, the lie gonna find you out. I believe in the universal principle. Whatever you sow, you're gonna reap. But that ain't my job to judge you for that. If I feel like you're lying, it's gonna pick up in my spirit, and I'm just gonna find me another coach. If there's a scandal around a coach, or a scandal around somebody ain't doing right in the industry or scamming people out of their money, I'm gonna look at it and be like, dang, that's messed up. Okay, I'm going to somebody else. So I just want to make sure that we have some understanding surrounding how we're positioning our questions, because we do understand that coaching is starting to come right back up again. And in the name of transparency, and I think that that's another thing too. Oh, I just want to be transparent. Stop. You don't owe people all this information. I don't even know where that stuff started. I don't care. I just want to be transparent. I'm telling you right now, if you need all this data, don't hire me. If my client results is not enough for you to pick up and move, don't come. I had one lady a long time ago ask me, well, what is your results? I said, why? I said, I just gave you a whole case study, 3 of them actually, to show you exactly what my clients are doing. You asking for me. I said, what if I told you I ain't making no money? Then what? And if I tell you I made $2 million this year, then what? She didn't have anything to say after that. And I'm not here to be quote unquote interviewed. I'm interviewing you. This is my program. You got to treat I'm going to say this and I'm going to get off of here. Y'all got to treat y'all's program and your services like Harvard University, like Yale University, like Howard, like Stanford, like Notre Dame, like University of Tennessee, like Vanderbilt. I'm gonna need for y'all, Texas A&M. You need to hold some standards, because people will try. Well, I'm giving you my money. Let me tell y'all something. To be a coach, and I'm here, I want to challenge coaches these days. Don't ride with the crowd. I don't follow a whole lot of coaches. I don't. When y'all be telling me about who so and so is, I'm like, I don't know who that is. I know many of them, but I don't follow a whole lot of people. First of all, I don't care about what everybody else is doing. I care about what I'm doing. And I follow and probably are friends with maybe 6 or 7 coaches, business coaches. And some of them, like, we're friends. If one of my clients or somebody that is interested in working with me, or if they're interested in working with another, I'm going to like, if somebody asks me, oh, do you do ads? No, I don't, but I know somebody who does. I'm going to pass them over to somebody else. Oh, I want to do government contracts. Okay, well, let me tell you, you need to go follow this person. I'm not here to take somebody's business. I'm not here to do that. I know my lane. I'm staying in it. I remember one of my clients told me a while back, she was like, when I saw that you had the program and you had the process, and I was like, oh, I hope I get in. That's how you want people to approach your program. I want to be able to get in, but you got to prove yourself. You got to show the knowledge and the expertise, and you have to show your social proof. Show what you've been doing. Show your audience or the people that want to work with you, show them the work. Absolutely, Gabrielle. I completely agree. Yes, Asala, she said you got to interview the people. Yes. Jessica said, this is why I have people apply to my program so I can see where their mindset is. And then I'm going to throw this out there. You got to see how people communicate in a written format. Some people that can't write well. And then on top of that, you need to see if people follow process. I pay attention to all of it. This is coming from somebody who used to teach post-secondary education. I used to teach human development and general psychology for Belhaven University. I have trained, I don't know how many people in corporate America. I watch people's writing and I look at people's ability to follow process. If they don't know how to follow a 1, 2, and 3, that gives me all the information I need, because this person is not ready to be coached, baby. They are running on survival mode, panic mode, anxiety mode, I'm scared mode. No need to perform. Absolutely, solid. It's no need to perform, but you do need to show the work. You need to, and it's marketing. It's very, very simple marketing. It's not performative at all. It's just like McDonald's. You know, even though McDonald's is trash, but McDonald's does not shorten their marketing process. They're in hospitals now. Baby, let me tell you. McDonald's said, we're going into the hospitals, baby. We're bringing the sickness in the sick house. Okay. They show up and show out, right? Correct. Correct. So that's why I said, if these people have the audacity with the foolishness, have the audacity with you being right. Have the audacity in the right. If they can show the audacity and be audacious in what they're doing and they're wrong with their poison, and you've got a heart for people, you need to show up and have the audacity as a person who does people right. That's just what it is. If you want a business that treats you right and a business that honors you and a business that will pay you back over and over and over again, do right. Have a process and treat your business right. Protect your business. Protect your energy in the business. Amen, somebody. Have a process. You ain't got to make it long. I would not make a process long and strenuous, because you still don't want to lose people, but you do want to honor some type of process, some type of way to get people in, and then soothing that buyer's remorse. And it's never going to be a perfect time to be coached. Most people do not budget for coaching. Most people do not set money aside to be coached. Most time coaching comes when you have been called up. You have been called up in your spirit and saying, it's time, because I have exhausted everything I felt like I knew. I have exhausted YouTube. I have exhausted other mentors. I'm tired of looking at everybody else win. I'm tired of this job. I'm tired of this life. I'm ready to move forward. That is where it is time for you to step into it and just ride with the fear. All you got to do is get in the roller coaster, make sure you buckle in real good, put the fear in your backpack, and go on. Bring fear with you. We're glad to have that one too. Amen. Okay. Did that serve you? Did that help you? If you have not registered for the free masterclass called Create Your Signature, Create and Sell Your Signature Offer, you need to register for that ASAP. It's on the 22nd of August. Okay. If you are ready to come into the matrix, we just enrolled and onboarded another client. Get your booty in here so you can get coached. Get help. Yes, Kyla, she said register. Come on in and get some help. Okay. One more thing. If y'all if you all are, what is it called? Downloading the HoneyBook templates that I have that's free, you got to sign up for HoneyBook. Okay. So if I have the link in the email that I send the templates to you, you need to be able to click that link so that you can, because if you go to honeybook.com and do it the other way, you're going to be paying more. Under my link, you actually get a huge discount. I don't know if y'all understand it. Some of y'all just went on and did HoneyBook and you like, I ain't know. I told you in the thing. Some of y'all got to read. That's why I told you, you got to be able, and I'm getting ready to get off here. You got to be able to read, comprehend, and understand if you're going to lead clients. This is why some of y'all don't last in business, because you don't slow down and look at what you're doing. And I'm saying this with love. You got to slow down and see what you're doing. And if you can't sit down and know what you're doing, you need to get a some type of safety net or get your bills paid up so that you can sit down. Because many times the reason why we won't sit down because we're looking at lack and scarcity. Settle the spirit so you can soothe the body. And you can know what you're doing. That's why we ain't moving. Okay, so get your business in order. Clean up your house. Get your desk and stuff together. Wipe it down. Organize your stuff. Stop scrolling on TikTok and the Instagrams all day and sending people memes, and get your business in order so Monday you can hit it. It's too much. It's too many opportunities out here to be questioning what everybody else is doing. What they doing, I don't know. They just a scamming. How much money you got? Yes, Asala. Learned that in corporate. She said you got to slow down and see what you do. You got to know what you're doing. That something as basic as I got to sit down and see what I got going on. I got too much stuff going on. And if you're overwhelmed because you got too much going on, you need to say no to some of this stuff. Because it's some of this stuff you self-inflict. It's the stuff you just inviting in. You know, sometimes we create our own spiritual warfare on purpose. Just so we can create something and conjure up an excuse as to why we can't do something. All this stuff we got happening and ain't nothing happening because we don't want nothing to happen because we got too much happening. I'm getting off of here. Y'all, you got this. Let's make some money. Get yourself together. We'll talk. Come on into the matriarch. Register. Get this $10. I got the $10 business vision. Get yourself together. Bye.